What's going on, everybody? I'm Dory Goodman, the time teller. Can you tell that I'm having just an amazing day? Well, let me tell you how my day's going. Not good, okay? I went to go look over some watches and I noticed that one of them, my Omega Constellation Quartz, was not running, okay? And as I said earlier, just a second ago, it's a quartz. So time to pull that battery out. So I go to my little toolkit and I notice I have every battery known to man, every one that's ever been invented, except the one that I needed. So, I don't hate quartz watches. I don't hate them, okay? But I hate batteries, so I went to 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different areas to find this stupid battery, okay? So listen, I went to one CVS right by my house. They didn't have it. They had a ton of hearing aid batteries, not the one I needed, okay? They have a ton of 312s. Every store in Southern California has a 312 battery. They don't have the one I need, okay? No CVS. So I go to my local supermarket. It's a Ralph's. Ralph's has some pretty good produce lately, so bravo Ralph's, but they don't have the proper battery. So screw you, Ralph's. Next, I go to Target. Target. Not Walmart. Target, okay? Because I am not a heathen. And yeah, screw Target. They don't have the battery I need. So then I go to Walgreens. When all hope is lost, I go to the freaking Walgreens that I don't even like going to. But they have it. They have the battery that I need. So this episode brought to you by freaking Walgreens. All right, guys, so I was just wearing this Boulder Expedition Everest. I took it off to show you the movement. If we peek behind the case back here, it is a Sellita SW201 movement, a beautiful mechanical movement here, but it's very different than the watch that we will be working on today. So as I mentioned in my earlier rant, this Omega, my Omega Constellation Quartz, the first Omega I've ever owned, it has run out of batteries. So we're going to open up this case back, we're going to pop it off, and we're going to see what's going on back here, and hopefully we can get it up and running again. All right, well, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at the Omega because, of course, it's out of batteries and not keeping time, but according to the Boulder Expedition, it's about 5:08 p.m. Let's get down to business. Alrighty, so the time has come to work on this little Omega. So what we're gonna do first is pop off the case back so we can access the movement. So what we're gonna do is there's actually a little notch here in between the lugs, and we're gonna stick our little jeweler's screwdriver right here and just gently boop, pop that case back off, and it will expose Omega's 1330 quartz movement. So here's that Omega 1330 movement. Honestly, guys, it's not that impressive of a movement, but come on, what are you gonna do? It's a quartz. We're gonna actually focus on this area up here first because that's obviously where the battery goes. I'm gonna pull it a little closer to you guys. So as you can see, I've already unscrewed one part of this kind of retainer bar, and let's see if I can get you up closer so I can show you some of the markings here on the movement. Here it says Omega 1330. We got some more signage and just random things. Again, nothing too impressive, but let's pop a battery in here and button this thing up, and maybe this thing will keep time again. So here's the dang battery I needed, okay? The 392 or 384 or AG3. Each one of these stupid little batteries has like 90 names to it. I couldn't find one of these anywhere. Well, obviously I ended up finding one at Walgreens, so thank you, Walgreens. But yeah, just such a hassle. First world problems, am I right? All right, so let's go ahead and pop this battery in place. I'm gonna be doing this from behind the camera, guys, so I apologize if I knock the tripod a little bit. So I actually don't need to unscrew the other side of this retainer bar. We're just gonna gently pick it up and slide it over to the side. And that'll give us enough room to pick up the battery and just drop it into place. I probably don't need tweezers, but I'm gonna use it so that my sausage fingers don't get all up in the way. Gonna pull that bar a little bit to the side. It drops over, and then we can just swivel this over. Now what we're gonna do is screw this back down. We're gonna put the case back on, and I'm going to set the time and just see if the time is running properly. Now this watch is only a two-hander. This is a very simple, clean dress watch, so we're not gonna be able to see if the seconds hand is running. So what I'm gonna do is turn the camera off. We're gonna see if time has elapsed properly. Let's give it about 5 minutes. We'll come back and I'll touch base with you guys. Fingers crossed. All right, guys, actually real quick, now that we have the case back off, I just wanted to share something with you. I know this is kind of a funny little short episode, but maybe you guys can actually learn something from this. So here's some markings that you can expect to find on your vintage Omega. And if you guys recall, I actually made an episode about buying vintage Omegas and why I think it's actually a whole lot of value, but you need to be smart and you need to be careful. So your Omega may not look like this, okay? Because every Omega reference number has different markings and they deviate even by the year. So you need to be smart. You need to take your time, learn about the reference number and year that you're buying, and you just need to make sure all the markings are where they should be when you're actually going to purchase one of these old Omegas. So again, if you're buying these from an auction website or even from a private seller, you need to make sure that you ask questions and that you're getting a lot of pictures of the watches. And if the seller isn't willing to give you pictures of the movement and the case back and all the markings, then don't buy the watch, okay? You don't want to work with these people anyway. But up here, you can see it's mentioning the metal. You got the Omega Watch Company signage, and then you have different numbers referencing the case model, the movement, and the actual model reference number. So these are things you need to look out for. Again, your Omega may not have these specific markings as they are here, but they're going to have these in different variations. So just be smart. All right, really quick, another pretty cool thing, a pretty unique thing about this 1330 quartz movement is how you set the time. And it's pretty unorthodox. So you'll notice we're gonna pull the crown out, and then it is 5:33 right now. So as I move the crown, you'll notice that only the hour hand is moving. Why is that? Well, it's because to set the minutes, you actually have to take something like a pen, or in this case, my jeweler's screwdriver, and you push the little detent. So it's 5:34 now. So you'll notice I'm pushing this middle detent that's in the middle of the crown, and the minute hand is kind of slowly sweeping across the dial. Very, very cool. And for those of you who don't know about the 1330 movement and you buy one of these watches, you'll immediately assume it's broken. You jump on the forums and people are like, oh, this dang Omega I bought is broken. I can't get the minute hand to move. And then people explain to you that you gotta push the crown in some weird way. Boom. And ends up not to be broken. It's just a super funky way of setting the time. So yeah, just a fun thing. Okay, so we can tell power is going to this watch. Let's wait about 5 minutes and see if it's actually keeping time. All right, guys, it is 5:47, and yeah, it looks like this little Omega is keeping time once again. So I am happy. Thank you so much for joining me on this little modest repair. Honestly, just a battery change. Yeah. Crisis averted. And that's all there is to it, guys. If you enjoyed yourself, if you had a little chuckle today, then go ahead, click that subscribe button. It takes 1 second. It helps me out a ton. While you're at it, you can go ahead and click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of The Time Teller. There's just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, The Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Now, guys, I'm actually doing my Thursday live stream with Federico from Federico Talks Watches tomorrow, so click the link in the description below so you can get ready. You don't want to miss it. I want all of you there live so that I can interact with you in the comment section. I love it. I have so much fun, and I know Federico has a lot of fun just hearing from you guys and talking to you guys in real time. So don't miss the live stream, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it.